Fantasy XIV Online. I apologize for not being able to stream last week. Unfortunately, I was very, very sick. And I had passed out for a good 12 to 13 hours, and I almost didn't make it to work. It was not great. But we're all good. I'm better now. More than better, in fact. Um, I am going to be able to stream for the next 4 days, as I usually do. Next week is going to be interesting, because I can confirm, I have mentioned before, that I am currently looking for a new place, or I had been, because I have officially found a place. I've signed the lease, I paid the money, it's all official, finally. I get my keys the 15th, so in 5 more days. I am very excited and terrified. This is my official first place on my own, because I've always either rented with another person or, again, even before that, been with my family and all. So again, exciting yet terrifying. I will be officially alone. But no, seriously. So again, it's going to be a transition period for there of getting things set up, getting my place livable. Electricity and internet is a must. And getting the internet for myself is going to be interesting, because again, I split that with those that I'm staying with now, and it's a really good internet because we split it the way we do. Since I'll be paying it on my own, I am going to test and see how the various plans work. So I'm going to start with an okay one, and if that works alright, continue with that. But if things are a little wonky with my streaming, I might have to up it, and I don't know how long that might take to get that, like, set up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Again, this is all very new to me, so yeah. Pretty much just saying, this week should be fine starting today. I don't know how next week's going to go. If I'm able to stream, yay, good stuff. If not, you'll know why. But yeah, I'm still a little sick, but much better. Before, I was so congested and so nose ready that I was not confident as well of being able to stream if I was able to. Because again, at least last Friday, I was very zonked out. Barely got through work. And that Saturday, I couldn't. I could barely speak. Even whenever I streamed the other games, I don't think I sounded very great. But we're back with this. We're at Radz-at-Han. We were at Charlian for a bit, but now we are helping those at Radz-at-Han. Is that the name of the city, or is that the name of the... I guess... Ilsabad. We're in Ilsabad. Radz-at-Han, I think, is a city, though I may be wrong. No, I'm not. That's Radz-at-Han. Okay, so Radz-at-Han is a city. We've not been there yet. We're only in Ilsabad. We might make it to Radz-at-Han today. I hopefully will, because that's what I named the stream. But let's actually get to it now. Yahoo! Let's continue on. Get rid of these. I don't need these. Hello, Nidana. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Also, if I'm a little sniffly, again, you know why, and I apologize. Look out, Shent. Oh, no. Target found. Subdue and capture. Nope. Subdue and capture. Anything. Hell yeah. And again, I have been considering changing my class, but that is gonna take a while to get anything even close to the level I have right now. There we go. And I wouldn't even know what to even go into. Again, the paladin is like the main thing in the trailer. Although there's also Sage. And the Reaper was the other one, but still. I don't know. I guess there's Pictomancer. But I've already been a ranged magical DPS. If I did do another one, I'd like to be something else. Would be the bar. But again, it's like I was saying before. Unless, again, I leveled something up in my, like, off time, but would you want to see me leveling any of these up or seeing the stories of each of the classes? If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Maybe I can also do that at some point. Any excuse to keep playing this game and stream. But again, it's if people want to watch. If they don't, I'll just do it in my own time. Because I like this game. And I do want to try other classes. You know. Eventually. Okay. Again, sorry. I'll get back to the game. God, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You alright, I hope? All good. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Pisaka? Big lizard. Oh yeah, I've been in this direction before. And here we are. Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer. Those who follow her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. The happy benefit of this is that the spirit weed grows here in abundance. I'll set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. Kidnappers aren't likely to return soon, but better safe than sorry. I'll gather the herb as quickly as I can. Please stand guard for me. Just stand right here.
Yes, that would be Radz-at-Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap? Oh God, I love this music!
Well, he is the most important person in Radz-at-Han. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radz-at-Han to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
So far, so good. You've come a long way with your research.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets.
Back off, Fandaniel.
I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something. Oe? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Oh, what's that?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
We'll see about that. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? No, we can't. Fine, I'll just run. that bad of a run. Did I talk to the Chocobo Peep? Okay, I did. Alright, anything else I can help with? Shin, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. I'll take it. Money is also always nice, as well as experience. Little does Nidana know that she's about to send you on another errand. I'm used to it by now, it's fine. If you will excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. You're both back. Excellent. That's the key. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Yanjay told everyone that their tempering cure and Justinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. Much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are at large. Well, I guess I gotta go. Shen, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. Okay. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose on you once more? I got it. No worries. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zainula. He'll furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Nidana? By all means. Do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you're ready. I don't want those. Hamsa? I'm curious now. What's a Hamsa? Oh, wait though. Wait just a second. We gotta check this out. We got a quest. But first I have to find where the quest person is. Okay, this. Okay. Jalamook. Hello, Jalamook. Yep, I need this. Jalamook is concerned about a colleague. Do you have a moment, adventure? One of my colleagues has gone missing. She said she was going to get Jaya's footsteps to get a bit of exercise, but she hasn't come back. I'd go search for her, but it's almost time for a shift change. I can't very well leave the kiln to operate itself. Could you fetch her and find her and fetch her for me? Sure, I can look. You're too kind. She should be in Kajaya's footsteps. Keep an eye out for here with black hair. I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She was at the last time you were by. She was devastated that she missed out on the chance to meet the adventure aiding the students of Badesian. Back to where I was before, pretty much. Oh, not even. It was like right out here. Oh, not you. Never mind. Okay, it's over here. Okay, so it is back where I was. Never mind. I'm just dumb. No, I don't want to bite you. Good. Oh, there you are. Howdy. What do you mean? I need to get back to work? Oh, have I really been out that long? I should really go. But I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me for a moment? What's up? Thank you. I'll inspect the walls, so can you make sure the stage is in order? In what way? Okay. Alright. Interactive. Looking. Is everything alright? I guess so. Some of the paint is worn off. It could use a fresh coat. Is it fraying a little bit? The cloth wavers exquisitely in the wind. No problem here. Okay, never mind. I'm missing a place. Is it down here? Is that why I can't see it? Ah, there we go. There's a small hole in the floor. That can't be good. Yo. Any problems? The floor and the paint. I'll have to fix them the next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd that I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Radz-at-Han, would you? That I am. You are? And here I was delegating you menial tasks. If I had known, I've always admired travelers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashmira at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I traveled for performances. And maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. I don't know if it's necessarily trouble, but... Gilgamesh. We can have a mini Raban with this for a while, why not? Back. Yo. Ah, there you are. I heard you helped my colleague with her stage inspection while you were out. It's greatly appreciated. She really looks up to your kind, you know. She lost her chance to become a dancer due to an unfortunate injury. Now she's working to heal the sick and injured as an alchemist. She was so happy to meet you, as am I. Here, a token of our thanks. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so the big dodos? The chunky dodos are these things. Okay. Do we ride them? They don't. They look a little small. At least for me to ride. Here are our Hamsa-shint. If the creatures look familiar, it's because they are close kin to your Eosian dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair. Many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these are recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Sure. Oh, well, God. Let's be off. If you hadn't ridden dodos before, be warned. They have a wobbling gait. Oh my God. That looks uncomfortable as hell. And the spectacular formation stretching out over the water is against the Murga before it was cast down at Conflict's End. Okay. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small isle. Almost there, though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. Oh yeah, this is the area? I guess, anyway. It's so awkward. I love it though. Oh, okay. And here we are. Manned by the Radiant Host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, who should it be but young Vashan? Vashan. On an errand for the satrap. I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front lines of battle. No place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he's well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not that. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. Still, I worry for you. You would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you. You are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will not be. Thank you. Who might this be? No Hannish by the look of him. Permit me to introduce Shetbet of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers. Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. Sure. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You two, bring Vashan the latest report and answer any questions you may have. We'll have a little chit-chat, I suppose. Oh, quite a bit going on here, okay. Nabdeen? It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we have struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What are the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Moody? I've heard about you. This visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Teluforoi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is it they want? This we do not understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Who do you? You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the island of Nurenair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting aether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Radz-at-Han ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer, however. I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Oh, so no quests? Alright, let's go, Hamza. Though the Hamza appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Should you become separated from your steeds, speak with the Radiant Beastkeeper at the Hamza hatchery to mount it again. Oh, okay, I'm just driving it now. Okay. So I'm just going east? Where east? How far east? There, east. Okay. Star. Is anyone able to make a wish? Starmite? The big bugs. As well as scorpions. Frick that. Goal! The sooner you arrive at your destination, then the hamster dashes off. He wanted out of here. Hi. Hi, this is indeed the Giant's Gall grounds, and I am Zainua. Is there something you require? Giant's Gall for the alchemist, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Heck yeah. Alright, cool. We'll take the sack. Here you are, sack of the purest Giant's Gall. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. Easy. Nice. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Alright. You wanna play a game? No one can be angry with me if it's only a short break. Come on, let's play around. get the card? I want to try for the card at least, right? Fine, I want the card. Well, that didn't go as planned. Which is the story of my life, come to think of it. Oh, yeah, well. I want to open more area. Also, because I haven't checked in a while. Oop. To the north. Let's do this. Come on. Show me the wind. Northeast over here. Bingo. To the southeast. Apologies, but the city is currently in a state of alert. I cannot let you proceed past this point. Okay. Okay, don't need anything repaired. Nice. Ah, welcome back, Shen. Dare I help you have the giant skull? The hempen sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest giant skull. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test. So please take your ease while you can. Oh. Cutscene.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Yo.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
Good.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
Got poked and prodded too much.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope. No words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last!
Here we go.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field.
Damn.
It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Oh shoot, we're going that
Should the
far?
scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
So if it doesn't come to that.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Always.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Oh, fun. Back that way. Ready for a dungeon? Maybe. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Oh, okay. Not an actual dungeon. Yet.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now.
Oh, damn.
It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Okay.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps.
God, this is nerve-wracking. I don't like it.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be.
Don't jinx it.
Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
Oh, God. Well, Thunk is gonna close. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not necessarily her. Nope, she's right there. Grab her. Frick you, Fen, Daniel.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
No. God damn it.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
What are you talking about?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Vandaniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Vandaniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former Vandaniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes? Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service.
Didn't we fight him in the Crystal Tower?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation, slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war. And so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
So what we fought before was a clone. Okay. Hey, Vanilla.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Okay. guess that kind of makes sense then. Amen, eh?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals.
I haven't done a dungeon yet.
If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these mine-inspired, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
Yeah, not yet. I don't know if that's much of a spoiler, though. You're fine. I thought I was about to get a dungeon, but just a cutscene, which is fine. That looks like an area where I'd have to fight a boss, though. Alright, so we're back here. Alright. Your return, but where's Mistress Nidana? She got captured. Oh, Nucia Preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Oh, goodness. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nidana and the other captives. Ingrid is wearing a grim expression. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidana. Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Then, when we make warding scales, we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype worked perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. As alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warden skills with you. And for our Yorzing visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. So, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? Yeah. We should be honored, of course. Close cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Who knows? I don't know. General? Just someone ask him why I'm not in an FC. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Guess I haven't found one that speaks to me yet. I'm just not that interested in it, I guess. Free company. At least not while I'm streaming and this and everything, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess that's true. Block them though. Just not that interested in it right now. Maybe someday. Thavenarian Jamel. That's just a sad looking camel. It's like a cross between, oh god, it's skin and bones. It's like a weird combination cow, donkey, zebra thing. Oh god. Cow, camel, zebra, donkey. Oh no. That just makes me sad. House of Chocobo. When last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. Be it here or Neosia, all share in the desire to deliver the captives. Thus united, I pray that we may join in common cause with the satrap. Of the satrap, I know only the common tidbits, that though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign. And that, despite possessing considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the locals hold him, however, it's safe to assume he's good at his job. We could do far worse for an ally. All present? Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Well, here we go. Ooh.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye.
As I was gonna say, look
The
very much
orb
like
which beholdeth the truth
like
of
a
all
peacock
things.
in an eye.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Oh, cool.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Radz-at-Han. Honestly, if this is it when things are down, I can't wait to see what it looks like. Oh.
But no such scenes to savor now.
Well.
To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Never mind. That was just a flashback of things that were. It is very much abandoned now.
Here we are. Megaduta.
Megaduta.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
Alright, sounds good. Wanna meet the head honcho.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radz-at-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
But Nadada, she was taken.
regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
Okay, the dragon they were getting their scales from.
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
This is the dragon from the trailer.
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra.
Of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Oh.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sorma's spawn. I was last to hatch.
Okay.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radz-at-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
Makes sense.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz-at-Han.
If Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who joined me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
I didn't notice that.
'Tis here, buried within a semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radz-at-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
Damn, okay.
That would explain why I felt the presence of the dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with wards fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warmblood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs.
True.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz-at-Han.
Yeah.
With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence.
I mean, that would be nice.
Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a sure path before me.
Us.
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Radz-at-Han and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear.
I mean, wasn't that the plan all along?
Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
Yeah?
I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
Hey, Lucian.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
I doubt it's gonna be that quick. I still had another quest I needed to do there. And I bet I need to do that before we can get any farther. And
Wilt
bye,
thou
Stinian.
not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radz-at-Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
How you doing, Lucian? Hope you're doing well. Was this a train? Ooh, that sounds nice. Oh, I need to make tacos at some point. That sounds really good. Maybe I'll make them when I'm finally in my new place. If, of course, our action is decided, let's not tarry. Wait, can I not go back in? But I won't go back in. I didn't attune. No! Let me attune! Let me attune! Gosh darn it. That we should encounter one of the first brood in such a circumstance. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlian and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the 8th right here before departing. I can't! Unless you're talking about the one at the dock. Unless, of course, you enjoy violent nausea. Yeah, I've done the 2 that I can. Or I guess the 1. No, 2. There was one here. Yeah, I did that one, and I did this one. Oh, well. Alright. And, oh, God, that's a lot, but we'll do it. There a Belia? Yeah, I know now. It is unfortunate, but we're back in Charlian. That's nice. It is very misty. Our quests here. Does have... Oh, okay, I can't even use Mansu, so I don't even know why I tried that. Radz-at-Han's nice, though. It's really neat. Very purple. Oh, so it's similar to Yulmore, then. Where it's gonna be taunting us with a crystal, even though we can't attune to it. I see how it is. Actually, do you have anything to say? Welcome back, Chet. Ready for a nap? Oh yeah, I can go to my room. No, I don't need to go there yet. Vitra and his alchemists have prepared us for our foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. The Arcasadora languish into Lefaroy chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. 'Tis the gods of Tavnir who will be summoned to thwart us. The sisters, yeah, I know them. I know them from other Final Fantasy games. The conflict with Nidhogg and Eyes in the past. Though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnir, we're back in chilly Charlian. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains, but when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Alright. Well, that at least makes up for the cost of the Aether, right? Alright. Let's talk with the Magic Squad. I still don't understand how the foe can be unanimous. What could possibly convince them all to turn their backs on Eorzea? If the Forum is intent on concealing its intentions, then a cursory investigation will avail us little, I suspect. We'll need to dig deeper, and with the greatest of care. Oh, hi Arc-Zero. Game audio is drowning my voice out. I can turn that down try that. Let me know if it's any better or any worse. Istola. The process by which forum members are elected is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantage to a prospective candidate. But fairly elected or not, Master Matoya still found them all to be insufferable. Oh, I'm sorry. Someday I'll get it right. I hope. I'll turn it down a bit more. There. It's either game is too low so you can't hear anything and I'm too loud, or I'm too quiet and the game is super loud. Oh god. I'm so sorry, your poor ears. I'll remember that. There, I'll do it even more down. There. Hopefully it's good. I don't want to like have none of the in-game sound going because the music's really good and I also want y'all to hear what I'm hearing. It's hard to find a good balance, I guess. Sorry. Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready now to tackle the challenges of the day. Alright, Kryl, what are we doing? Kryl is intent on uncovering the reason behind the forum's inexplicable behavior. An unsettling change has come over Charlian, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlian's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Okay. So let me go a step back then. Alright. There. I went up a little bit more. Let us reconvene outside I hate the names of this. Nomenon. Shall we? We're going to Numenor. Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. I will say, this is a considerably larger group than what we went with the boys. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say that. Graha's also with this group, so. And also Alphino. You know what? Just ignore me. I should just turn the volume up. Y'all should ignore me. I don't know what I'm saying. Numenor. A big fan of the Numenor? Okay. Beavis? And I know I could be using the Aetherites, the Aethernet, but I also like exploring and just running around the towns. Kryl? Everyone else go inside? My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of the Numenor, Charlian's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numenor extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenor's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Istola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alize and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, There should be a number of books which touch upon Charlian history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once we've found some promising tomes. Happy reading! Thanks, Kryl. Time to read! Oh god, the circle. Alright. One on the right, two on the left. Let's get the single one out of the way. I feel that the general consensus is that first-timers are encouraged to take their time and explore all they want. It's funny that Cross still uses he stole his formal name while simultaneously speaking of Gra informally. You know what? That's true. I didn't think of that. She only has short names for a few people, doesn't she? Is it just Graha and Alphino that she does that? I'm trying to think if she has a shortened nickname for Alphino. I don't know. The faded title on the spine reads, Stewards of Wisdom. Read the book? If I don't, who will? During the chaos of the 6th Umbral Calamity, Archon Nunkrumth, founder of Charlian, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern Empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war, and peruse enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlians took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering wrought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlian would live by their founder's teachings, for the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star. They would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. Alright, fair enough. They don't want war, which, again, fair. But, with the way things are going now, it's not even a matter of war, but again, fighting the tide of a calamity. For the Mikot, a G or Y, or whatever letter is their clan identifier. Raha is his name. Stola is her name. Yeah. Okay. The story of Charlian. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Nunkremph. Nunkremph was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nunkrumph's crew hauled them aboard their ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nunkremph wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Balthia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by this sight, Yungkrampf gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers, and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island, and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan we live in to this day. Okay. Roads of Old, the Colony. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Sharlayan colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th astral era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and the demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdoms of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Sharlayan inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as an emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. As we've been to, the following chapters go on to introduce the more prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not appear to contain additional information on the Forum, or cover the history of the Sharlayan motherland in greater detail. It's just a book on Idleshire. That's fair. More. We need more. Oh, there are a few tomes. Oh no. Will I still be able to read them if I find the one that I'm supposed to, air quotes, find? Or will I lose out on lore if I do? You know what I mean? I'll try the blue-covered book. You don't remember? Uh-oh. That's fine. You know what? An Introduction to the Heavens. I can at least read the book's titles before choosing. So, An Introduction to the Heavens. Forever 20 Summers. Okay. In this one, The Voice of a Growing City. I feel like this one might be the one that we're looking for, because I feel like this will get into the politics of the current city. So we'll go with these for now. Oh. The books do remain? Okay, cool. Thank you, Lucian. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few, indeed, who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologies of Alec who came closest to understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? That their positions continue to shift, almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works which contain details on the forum, or mention the history of Charlian. No. I recently just started a new character to replay through the game via challenge, and according to the very early quests, Archons are Charlians that stayed behind in Eorzea. So there's this funny, unreliable narrator, or retcon, happening. Oh, okay. Interesting. Again, it's been a while since I played A Realm Reborn. So some of that I didn't realize. Okay. My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I, too, once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, aetherological, and arcane viewpoint. This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works that, yes, I know. Alright, so the one that I thought would be the correct one is more than likely the correct one. Bye-bye, bot. The title on the spine reads Voice of the Growing City. Yes. Alright. So the politics. In the years which followed the founding of Charlian, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia? A public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. A larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlian would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum as we know it today conceived and created. You have gained a fundamental understanding of Charlian history and the foundation of the forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and await your companions. Alright. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any other books, but I don't think I am. It's not a whole lot of new knowledge, though. Because we kind of learned this from our companions, just from what they told us, but I guess it's good to have a little bit of a refresher, I guess. What? Okay. take a look over the railing before I go. I could do that. How many floors is that? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it has at least 4 floors. At least. Oh god, and it's see-through here. I hate that. Have you ever been on one of those, like, glass walkways where there's, like, nothing but, like, the hardened, tempered glass? I hate it. I'm not necessarily afraid of heights, but they're always at, like, some of the highest places. And there are hidden locked chambers down below. I feel like I've seen that in the Endwalker trailer when it did the panning shots through Charlian. I like that. Graha famously developed magic so he could sneak into the forbidden areas. I feel like he would. Well, Alize and Graha first. Well, I guess I'm first, but... Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I'd borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Kryl should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mention the final day specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they're even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare, and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlian, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. Damn! A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position, and that of the Forum, will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day. I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlian, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Isilbard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelled in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnair. The Alligans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship, brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikot to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Oh, the music! I like this piano version of this theme. I like it. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? I'll give you one guess for someone who would give less than a fuck about what their father is about. I mean, true. True. But I still feel, again, we heard that they do have a mother still as well, so I feel like they'd still want to see her, right? And that she'd more than likely want to see them, but I guess we haven't heard from her at all, so I don't know. I would assume, again, if the mother was anything like the twins, the father would be sleeping on the couch for the foreseeable future. You were speaking of their mother. Okay, that's a... Thing is, I wasn't sure if you're talking about the mother or Alizé, because again, I don't think again, I guess that's not true. I would well, again, like I was thinking, that Alizé mainly would want to see their mother, with the way that she's spoken about the father since this has happened. But then, yeah, again, mother also, yes, very yes. Which is why I feel like the father would be, again, sleeping on the couch at the very least. For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis? Amoenus? Let's not go that... Amonis, we'll go with that. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allegan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allegan no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once did. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Alleg. As the last child born with the Allegan I was given over to the custody of friends and the students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. My mother is one of your favorite NPCs of the entirety of Endwalker. Oh, I can't wait to meet her then. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louiseau, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet... God damn, I love the music. Gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity, words, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. 'Tis exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Of course. Excuse us while we try to make some headway in these books, Shent. More company should be arriving any moment now. Yeah, no worries. Pillars. What else do I know of Corvos? Precious little, I'm afraid. I have not returned since Master Galuf first brought me here. I can tell you that Corvosi rebels still seek to slip the yoke of their imperial masters, though the fighting is far less fierce than it once was. Oh, and they have carpets. Flying carpets. Legends are quite extraordinary. I want a flying carpet. There are others better suited to poring over old history books. so I thought I'd try my luck with more recent events. If I can find anything to better inform the forum's baffling behavior. Fair enough. Come, dress up, Raban. We will wait longer. Oh. Kryl and Alphino. No, he stole her, though. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryl has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into research papers on the umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps our knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarat firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. That's true, we've all been there. Kryl refers to Galuf as grandfather? Really? Galuf is a Final Fantasy IV character, and in Final Fantasy XIV, he's Kryl's adoptive grandfather/father. He was old, so he was more like Grandpa, but he was the one to adopt. I don't know if I missed that or not. Okay, good to know. And which one was Final Fantasy IV? I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. Because I played a few... I've played mainly the SNES Final Fantasies. I played 10. I played 10-2. I've dabbled in 12. I've dabbled in 15. Final Fantasy IV. Oh, the one with Cecil. Yeah. Galuf was in that? Was he one of the ones in... Was it the Mage's Tower? I have not played 4 in forever. I want to play it again, though. I have it as the, gosh darn it, the remakes, the Pixel remakes? I don't know. It's one of them that I do have on Steam. And I want to play it again eventually. Because, again, it's been a long time since I have. That is fair. I as well am mixed with information. A lot of the time. Yeah, the one with Cecil. I like that one. I do like that one a lot. Again, I've mainly played the SNES version. I have not played the updated versions. I know there's like an after story on the PSP, but I don't think I played that. I did have a PSP way back when, though. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first. What kinds of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Was it... I don't know if it was primals necessarily of unrivaled power, but I think it was the complete destabilization of creation magics. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manners of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. Which was also another of the SNES Final Fantasies, right? That one was the one with Butts as the main character, right? That one I also dabbled in, but I never beat. I've dabbled in a lot of Final Fantasies. I've beaten quite a few. 4 I beat, 6 I beat, 10 I beat, 10-2 I did not, 12 I didn't beat, 15 I didn't beat. Like I said, I've dabbled in a lot, but I've only beaten a few. And the ones I did were the SNES ones, which is why I want to go back through all the Final Fantasies again. After playing this, it just made me nostalgia for the ones that I've played and makes me want to play the ones that I haven't before. Like the ones on the NES, all the way through again at some point. As well as the tactics games. The storyline where we actually, like, air quotes, met some of the tactics characters was kind of neat. And I like the music for that one a lot, too. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. You stole to surmise that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ascians. I need to play it. Was there aught else of note which herald the approach of the final days? Alphino, you can answer this one. I mean, we already mentioned this, I feel. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Ah, yes. The Amoratine spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were in the midst of the madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes were preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually, it resounded all across the star, and not even Amarat was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths, and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They knocked Dalamid from the sky. No. They summoned Zodiark. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venet and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telepharoi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? I wonder if it has something to do with the Aether. Because we keep being told that summoning primals requires a vast amount of aether, hence the use of crystals. Crystals and will. I wonder if the final days is just the lack of, or the process of using up aether. Hence maybe the keening sound from the ground itself is the earth crying out from lack of aether. I am going to hypothesize. And creation magics, again, I am not too knowledgeable on it. Maybe that drew upon aether to a massive extent. And somehow the summoning of Hydaelyn, or Zodiark and Hydaelyn, fixed that somehow? Again, I don't know. This is just a theory, and it is a work in progress. You can provide a spoil-free answer? Sure. Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Istola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. Or more specifically, you can answer that question without spoilers? Sure. Graha. Anything new? Okay. Nothing new with Graha, so more than likely nothing new with Alize. What's up, Alphino? Many forum members are also researchers or professors. If they know aught of the final days, then that knowledge might surface in their writing. That's my hope, anyway. Kryl? It really is comforting to have all these dedicated assistants on hand. Right then, enough chatting, more reading. And more waiting. Whoop. Hey, Istola. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. Okay, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Euron J learned of the source's reflections from the Garoon oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the great Google library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. Much as the Telophoroi would like to bring about the final days, they don't know the mechanism that drives it. Even the Ascians don't know. Which is fair, because even Emmett, when he did his explanation, I think even mentioned that too. That it seemed to come from nowhere, and that in like their last ditch gamble, that was what brought about Zodiark. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Difficult. I have thoughts. I have thoughts still. Alright. Well, we'll come back to that another time. I still want to think on it more. It stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Oh, did not mean to do that. The Telophoroi might claim they know, but they truly don't. Yet when you confronted Master Fortunault with knowledge of the Fortunault with a knowledge of the Telophoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. So how are we supposed to get to that knowledge, then? Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Oh no, I have to read? Nah. Give me a book. Despite my reading skills throughout this entire PlayStation. You see, I can't even speak. I have troubles even speaking, so despite that, I actually do like to read. You labor for what feels like an age as Estola's research assistant. Alright. You're standing up now, Jose, so that might mean there's new stuff to hear from you. Oh! Graha. Your efforts to gain Graha Tia's attention goes unnoticed. He appears to be lost in his readings. Fair enough. Oh, never mind. Stretch. I can do that. Stretch. Alpha, no? I've found not of interest so far. I think Estola might be right about not getting our hopes up. Estola? Thank you for your help, but I think I can manage the rest without your assistance. If I were you, I'd steal a few quiet moments for myself. You're a big fan of avoiding spoilers for the benefit of the experience. Become practiced at answering questions without spoiling actual stuff. Nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, Crow. Oh dear. You look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Yes. Then the days were well spent. Should you wish to read them again, Mamet at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Boots! I bet I can't even wear them. Boots. Yes, I can't. Alrighty. Real quick. Okay. What's up, Alize? Alize appears in desperate need of a study break. Which is fair. Honestly fair. Ready for a tea break, Shent? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know, the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Again, just that trumpet bit right there, I feel makes the Charlian, like, daytime music my favorite major city music so far during the daytime. I do prefer, for the most point, the nighttime themes of a lot of the cities, But this is really good for a daytime theme. I like it a lot. The augmented stuff will be better until like level 86, 87 drops. Fair enough. And now I have to ask, because I feel like I asked before, but there wasn't anyone on to tell me. Is there housing in Charlian? Because if so, I do not have a house yet. I've been saving up for one. And I would very much prefer a house in Charlian than anywhere else at this time. Yo. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telophoroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? True. Hey, next quest objective requires escorting. Learn more about this quest. I know about escorting. Are there any cool spots I could take Alizé and she'll talk to me? I'm not, unfortunately, seeing any place. Damn. Oh well. That said, glam. True. Glam is nice. I do like glam. Charlian does not have a housing district yet. Damn, I'm saving my money. Only the 3 starter cities and Ishgard have housing so far. There's no housing in Kugane? I thought there was housing in Kugane, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Oh no, there. Okay, yeah. Kugane. Yeah, no, I did not read farther down. Never mind. Sorry. Oh gosh, that's what I get for not reading all the way down. Sorry. But I'm not even gonna try. Nope. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telophoroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear, and... Wait, you're that House Levier girl, aren't you? This man with you is obviously a foreigner. I'd heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge in their barbaric whims. You're giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've not to say to the likes of you. Can I smack him? I'd like to Well, I must apologize. It was foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Shent. I just want to give you a smack? Damn it! You know what? I'm glad I didn't try to learn your name. Frick you. I'll try to learn yours, and hopefully you'll be nice. Hidois? Yes? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telophoroi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't young Miss Levier. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Fortuneau that I was helping you... I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Damn. Dickon? Oh, I can slap him? Alright, I'll slap him when we're done here. Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Oh. Wait. Is that Mistress Alize I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the stadium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eosia, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? Oh, it's complicated. And I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. I know I keep going on about it. And again, you can tell me that I need to stop, and I wouldn't blame you. But why is the music in this expansion so good? I love this theme a lot, too. It's so good. It just gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. Like, just certain notes just hit me weirdly. I don't know why. Sorry. Again, this is the last time I'll bring it up this stream. No promises on streams going forward, but at least this stream I'll stop. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Fortuno may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being that they are, what brings you here back to the city now of all times? We have questions, and only Charlian has the answers. Tell me, Master Dixon. Or Dickon. I want to call him Dixon. Have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? Well... Really? Automod? That... It's fine. You can allow climax as a word. What the frick? They definitely seem to be specifically endeavored to link the music to the locations and happenings in Endwalker. Endwalker has the climax of the story. That is true. Sorry. What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. That's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes. Whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Leave it to me. I got this. What? There's Automa bro that doesn't like the word cat. That's not bullying, allow. There's an Automa that doesn't like the word coward. There it is. Yeah. The Warrior of Light takes on their hardest challenge yet. Customer service. Oh no. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. Oh no. The tea is set. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelet is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them, you should see a Mikot gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain it again. Good luck! Okay. You do this. What do you think, Alizé? I think you'll be better off if I stay here, out of sight. Find out what you can, and there'll be a hot cup of coffee waiting for you. Why, thank you. Hey, remember me? Splat? Slap. There. Did I not make myself clear? Away with you! And let me dine in peace. Alright. This is the chatty group. Hermanjart? Oh, you poor lady. You work here, don't you? I'm still waiting on that charming little tea set. Cafe table. Tea set. Oh, my tea set. Lovely. Thank you. The Talafahu? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them. Or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th astral era, common or esoteric, I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Good to know. I can get the apron and it has a little chocobo on the chest. If you dye it the right green, it looks like you're a Starbucks employee. Your FC members use a custom slap emoji. /M Salps? Huh. Gisla? Gods above, I'm starving. I've never known the service to be this slow. Here's your omelet. Ah, finally. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What? The Talaferoy? Ah, yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. A typo. Oh, okay. God, it's the anticipation. I've heard it melts in your mouth like the most succulent roast ever made. Is your urbane banter with a smile. Is your oven-baked lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The final days. This is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Gleaner? You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimen, so forth. So named for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. By all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Talaferoy make good of their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. Thank you. Perfect information I need. Alizé, to the docks! How do I get one of the aprons? I hope you and Mr. Salazar got what you needed. She must be fond of you, eh? I've never known her to bring anyone to the cafe before. Aww. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get along? Get everyone... I can't read, we're crud. Were you able to get anyone talking? Ishgardian restoration, crafting / gathering. Hmm? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer. He's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that coffee cup... The cup of coffee I promised. Thank you. But let's enjoy a drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Oh, so not the docks then? Thought the docks were like the best lead we had, but I guess not. Fine. Tries gathering info for 30 minutes, decides they've gathered all possible info. Right? Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Oh. Oh, that's cute. Alizé is my favorite.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian?
Mm-hmm.
Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt.
You're not wrong.
When he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Highly suspicious, huh?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
But what now?
A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh,
Charlian is
so a
famous for
dungeon
archiving
then.
knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
And nothing at all horrible is gonna happen there,
It
huh?
seemed to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yes, I did.
They're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum.
Okay, we got there in the end.
Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity. Then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Let's go. To the docks. Or Labyrinthos. Both! Alice is also a prodigy. Woo! Level up! We're 85. Heck yeah. What now? Alice is excited to share your revelations. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Sprint! You know what? Maybe I will use that. Actually, it's not that far. Never mind. I'll run. I'd be saving seconds. Well, I guess maybe a little quicker if I went to the stadium and then south. But man, let's ignore that. Ah, crap. I need to be up there anyway, don't I? Okay, maybe it would have been a little quicker if I ported to the stadium instead. Hindsight. Graha? Is that coffee I smell? Did I miss the tea break? Shit. Sorry, Graha. Sorry. You're just way too absorbed in your reading. I couldn't pull you away. I'm sorry. Where's Alize? I thought she was with you. Returning the cups. Ishtola? My loyal assistant returns. There's a lexicon on the first floor that I need you to... you found something, have you? Yes. Ryle? Usually just remind yourself that if you need to justify the path as being faster, you've already wasted more time than it would have taken. You're not wrong. Welcome back, Shent. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Had a nice coffee. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from the institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. It's funny that you're surrounded by heckin' Archons and none of them thought about the Gleaners before this moment. Also true. As Istola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Shant and Alize learned at the Last Stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be only occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Yorzia's request for aid. And now, the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is stretched to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's selective ends, or secretive ends even. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Now I like to... What should we expect down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise, goddammit, Growly. No, fine. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. Oh, thank you, Raha. Are you sure? That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. How's it? Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. Cool. The Warrior of Light is the Scions at 99.99999%. Not only are you a god-slaying monster, you're the only one with a fully functioning brainstem. Aw, damn. Sure you're gonna be alright? Watch your step in Labyrinthos. It's rather more perilous than a simple storehouse. Although that will likely make the experience all the more attractive to an adventurer like you. Cool. What time is it? Let's see how far this goes. I have a little bit of time left before I have to go get ready for work. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorientating. I'll take the lead, so stay close. As I set off at a brisk walk, and more about this quest via the... okay. Slash follow. Nope, never mind. Okay. It's pleasant here among the... What do you say? Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that. Never mind. I didn't catch it. Now it's lost to me forever. I'm gonna assume it's nice here among the trees. Now we run. Try to keep up. It's not that hard. I have much longer legs than you, Alize. Keep to the path, straight ahead. We cross this bridge. Okay. Oh, is it gonna be here? No. Oh. Up here. Okay. Oh, or maybe it is here? The rostra. Not for, okay, it's past the rostra. Oh, or not. It's around the rostra. As a Rogadin, your right leg has more oh. Okay. And what did you say? As a Roganin, your right leg has more total size and mass than the entirety of Alize's body. Damn! But damn, you're not wrong! Oh no! Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. Oh god. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Oh gosh. Didn't take a wrong turn in the Rustra there, did you? I doubt the Forum would take kindly to you barging into a private session. I've not been to Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. How did the Forum learn of the final days? Exactly how much do they know? More to the point, what do they intend to do about it? Hopefully the answer to at least one of these questions lies below. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Alright, everyone onto the lift and down we go. You've had a lot of time to really consider many mostly silly aspects to Final Fantasy XIV. No, you're like a student for like 8 months.
The city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
The Northern Empty Labyrinthos. You weren't kidding. It is bigger than a mere dungeon. When you said that, I was like, oh, it's a raid then. No, it's just a whole entirely different city. It's its own city, then. The city beneath the city.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
Oh.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
That's brave of them.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Storing all of their vital research material and such in an... They didn't say inactive volcano.
But 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Let's hope for the best. You okay? Are you okay, Kryle? Again, I've been worried about her ever since she was locked away in that capsule from frickin'...
How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
From the Stormblood expansion. When she was being experimented on. Crow's having Crystal Mom migraines. Okay. So we are... I understand the fact that they made this place as like an extension to the outside, because they can't build any more outward. They need to build inward, and so made this more of outside. Did they really need to simulate rain? Was that necessary? Now everything's getting wet. Look at it. All these boxes and stuff getting wet now. Gosh darn it. Alphino? Excuse me, are you a cleaner? If you don't mind, I have some questions to ask. Alize? Fascinating. But could we go back to what you were saying earlier? Ooh, neat. Oh, multiple flying carpets, damn. Cryo? Most of those gathered here appear to be gleaners. Why don't you wander around and try making small talk? Damn. Damn. Reminds me of... Crap. What was the underwater town that, or city that Emmett recreated again? The name of that place? This reminds me of that place a bit. A little bit. More greenery than that place had, but still. Nay, I'm not shirking my duties. I've not been down here in an age, and wish to get my bearings before I went bumbling about. From what I can see, however, there is not obviously out of place. It seems we shall have to resort to discreet inquiries as usual. Hello, Teve. What do you know? Let me think. The Rhea-Seed should be item 1058. Human Seeds 1059. Snurbbleberry 1060. You just made that up. There's no such things as snurbbleberries. Or were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corthian carrots for the Girabanian carrots? What then? Your exchange with Teve has taught you about large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. In and out. That was Amarat. Okay, Amarat. I'm in a big zoo. Yes, Labyrinthos isn't just storage of things, it's a repository of both flora and fauna from all over the planet. Echoey stuff. Krell has the echo. The various flora and fauna that require rain. I guess... I guess I was thinking of more, modern ways that we do things with sprinkler systems and pots and such. But I guess this is better in a way, I guess. You know what? It's better. It's fine. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine. You're to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. The exchange with Erinville has taught you about exhausted gleaners. You're right, you're right. I'm sorry. Ignore me, ignore me. Hello, Dobbin. You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books. And ore. And fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. We all gotta prepare for the next big expansion. That's fair. Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stock in Labyrinthos. Erinville, your beloved. He's so pretty. Yo. Any luck, Chent? What tales did the Gleaners have to tell? Notes concerning the massive inventory operation that is currently underway in Labyrinthos. Notes concerning the large quantities of cargo making its way in and out of Labyrinthos. That's what I'm more interested in and out. Where's it going? Notes concerning exhausting work causing accidents, such as Gleaners inadvertently freeing a pack of marmots. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they've sent more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Okay. I'm sorry to say I'm gonna have to stop here for today. I've been going on too long and I need to get ready for work. Sorry. I should be able to pick this back up tomorrow, though. And again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll mention it here as well. So, as I've mentioned before, I've been looking for a new place to stay. And I finally have. Thank you. Thank you, ArcZero, for the follow. I appreciate it. And I have found a new place, finally. Everything's set and settled. I've done my payments and everything. I'm all good there. I get my keys the 15th. So, I don't know how things are going to go with next week with my streaming schedule, since I still need to get set up in my new place and set up my internet, power and all that. I'm hopefully going to get everything settled, hopefully, knock on wood, that Sunday or Monday. That's when my air quotes weekend is. So I should theoretically be able to stream at least Friday. I don't know if I will Saturday because I might be getting... Well, no, I still have to work that Saturday. So I guess I will be able to stream Friday and Saturday. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to stream Sunday and Monday because of setting everything up. And I have to test and see how my new internet is going to go. Hopefully it'll be fine. I'm going to have to do tests and make sure everything runs alright. Yay, new place. It is very exciting and very frightening. This is my actual first time actually being alone. Right now I rent with a couple people, because it is cheaper, but I am unable to do that. So now I am going it alone. And it's my first time, again, like I said, being alone, because again, cheaper rooming with others. I should be fine. All in all, I should be fine. It's just getting everything settled and moved and all that fun shenanigans, you know. I'm hoping at the very least that I should be able to do a bit of streaming on Monday, which will probably be more of my Pokemon Brilliant or Shining Pearl Nuzlocke, as well as some more Red Dead Redemption 2. But again, we'll see. At the very least, I should have everything all settled for Final Fantasy 14. That's the one I'm more worried about, because I'm wondering how, again, my internet will help with streaming and playing this as well. We will see. And if I do need to upgrade my plan in order to make this run a bit better, I will. Because again, out of everything, I want to be able to stream this more, because I like this a lot. And y'all are the only ones that tend to want to chat with me. So I definitely do want to do this. Very true, Ark. Very true. Like I said, I should be fine. It's just getting everything settled, and with my night schedule, with my third shift sleep schedule, it's just getting out and about and getting things done. But again, should be fine. Should be fine. But I wanted to let y'all know what's going on with me, and if streaming schedule is a little wonky, that's why. But again, hopefully should get things back to normal. Not next time, because I should be able to stream normally next week, the week after. But I appreciate y'all hanging in with me, hanging out, all that fun stuff. And I thank you, Arc-Zero, very much for chatting with me and for following. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, as usual, Lucian, for chatting with me and helping me out when you can. And Vanilla, I don't know if you're still here, Vanilla, but thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'll try. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but I feel alright. Alrighty, so until tonight, if I see you tonight, tomorrow night, I guess. You know what I mean. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.